When did we have our last injury?
A long time. I can't remember when the last injury was.
Somebody sliced their hand or something, it was.
I'm sure reporting it in days.
But that's over a year ago.
Yeah, we've been doing great.
Yeah, I talked on them about wearing gloves and that's helped a lot. You know, kids are not wearing gloves, they've cut their hands up a little bit. Every time I walk out there, if they're not wearing gloves,
Keeping the snow off too, that's helped immensely, that's probably our biggest thing.
that's kept all the steel
Or those curves, people trip over the curbs.
Yeah, if you get that snow removed right away, and you triple on many of those curves, it's a long out. Yeah. Yeah, people falling into bins, that hasn't happened in a while, it's just hopefully it stays that way.
Knock on wood. Or drive into
Don't
them.
drive into one.
Boy, that's stupid.
Oh, it just happens.
Calling in them doesn't take much sense.
All right, we don't have any minutes, so we can go ahead with the manager's report there,
Okay,
Mike.
so no injuries, which we just talked about. We have oil, now we're gonna have to pay for everything because they're full out here at the shop.
Is that a buck a gallon, paying a buck a gallon still?
50 cents a gallon.
50 cents a gallon.
Yeah, so we're really filling them up fast now because the shop, I have 5 bins out there for their oil heating that we've filled this summer.
Do you know how much they burn through in a winter?
About 4.
Oh, do they? So we're past what we can use now.
Oh, yeah, I'm hoping that they'll burn more, you know, but it depends on the winter.
Turn the heat up.
Yeah, it also depends on the winter too.
You leave the doors open.
That's true. You know, and look at what we're having now, it's 80 degrees today or something like that,
It's 80, yeah, today.
yeah.
I'll have to find another oil burner for another building in the county.
How are you sure that it's clean?
We pour it. So we pick up the jugs, we bring it to them, and then Troy or myself have been pouring it
You can
in.
see something floating on the top.
And as soon, usually it's right on the top.
Yeah.
Catch it, right, you know, right when you start pouring it. Yeah, so we kind of pour it in there, and, you know, watch it, and they do have a filter, but we go through it. So we did 960 gallons last month, I expect that to rise, cost us $480. Going to recycling, we didn't do a lot of recycling, cost us $80.05 because we didn't have any aluminum or tin. We had 6.929 tons of cardboard and 3.88 tons of paper. Brush is still coming in, especially with those windstorms we've been getting. I mean, but in the last week, it's just been crazy. So many pine needles and limbs and everything. We did 47.69 tons of brush last month, mostly out of Montana City. It cost us $1,244.30.
Still not a way to try to backhaul some of that, huh? The logistics doesn't make sense.
No,
Okay.
just cost wise, it's cheaper for us to still take it over there. Or time, or not. Okay, let me rephrase that. Maybe not so much cost wise, but timing of having time to drive it over.
Gotcha. I just wasn't sure if you're backhauling over here anyway with an empty truck, if you had a bin full of limbs that you could bring along instead of driving empty back.
Boulder's been so busy that we're pretty much taking something over full and we need to bring back because a lot of our sites, they're all different.
Different sided, huh?
Yeah.
The bins are different.
So you gotta be, it's like Boulder and Basin are the same and Whitehall are the same. Jeff City and Clancy are different than this side. Montana City, of course, they bought bins that were different than all the rest of the sites. Really? They're about a foot shorter.
Really?
Yeah.
Couldn't even standardize that.
So,
We just bottom where we can find the cheapest price and.
I think so. If we did bottom and made them so they're all the same, then it'd be different, but.
Moving forward, let's see if we
We'll do
can,
that.
in bins, we can switch the lift on them somehow,
Yeah, or trying to stay on the same side,
right?
you
Yeah.
know, same height, same size and everything else. So, but that's all right, we deal with it. Steel, I have lots of steel at the site, at the sites I'm holding. just so you know.
How did you manage to let 10 tons?
That's out of Montana City. Montana City and Clancy and Jeff said he will haul back. But, cause it's a little bit closer, but we have pretty good piles out of.
Price keeps going down.
Yeah, it's going down. I'm hoping it goes back up after the first.
I see you've got a, yeah, you're waiting for it to go up.
Yep. I'm not just, we got room, so I don't wanna crush it until I'm ready. Until I have no choice.
Yeah.
Revenue sites have been doing really well. Whitehall did $8,683 and Montana City's right behind them at $6,468 for just this quarter.
Nice.
Yeah.
We're getting more money at Montana City.
All of a sudden. I don't know why.
Depends on who you have working there.
I'm not gonna say another word, but yeah.
Boulder's been really busy this year for some reason. It's just like it really increased. So we did $5,402 in the first quarter.
Is Julio kind of staying up on that, or is he dropping down and we're increasing? Do you keep track of
I
that?
keep track of it. Julio is almost staying exactly where he was.
Okay.
And same with Tri-County, McGree, all of them have really stayed exactly.
So
I mean, within a point, half a ton or something, they just don't move.
you'd think if ours was increasing, Julio's would be decreasing, but that doesn't seem to be the.
I think just the more people have moved in, plus I've noticed a lot more construction waste in Boulder.
Yeah.
So that might be a lot of it, cause like Whitehall's down in garbage. And I've noticed that their construction waste in the last month or so has been down. They're not filling a bin every week, they're only filling it once every 2 weeks.
Okay.
The brush is up, I don't know how they got more trees. I don't see how they can have any more trees in Whitehall. I gotta find out. It's crazy, but we did $24,067.80 in the first quarter.
It doesn't look like Basin's worth continuing to keep open.
Mason doesn't do much.
It only brings in 770. I want to be close this thing.
Hey, I go there.
Guy
every
hanging
week.
out the door.
I know. Now it's only open 1 day a week, but it does, in the summer, it does about 7 to 9 tons a month. It's not very much. And in the winter, it does probably about 4 tons a month. But
Is it worth having it manned?
yeah,
I'm assuming we'd probably spend as much manpower cleaning everything up as we would just having John or whoever sit there during that 1 day a week.
1 day a week, yeah, it is. I think that it would get out of hand.
Don't we get it anyway?
What?
Garbage at the gate?
No,
No, we don't.
no, it's like really far and few between. We'll have somebody will throw 1 bag of garbage at the gate, and I think it's mostly like campers. And it happens usually during hunting season.
Somebody on their way out of town.
Yep. They don't wanna, they just throw their bag in front of the gate and drive off. And, but, I don't really see a lot of dumping. What I see in the county is people not tying down their loads, covering the loads. And then you'll see garbage all over. That's when you see garbage.
Yeah, you can't recognize it on your way home.
Yeah, I know. You can see it with a turn off of Boulder to Boulder all the time.
Yeah.
I'm always picking it up, especially if it's big items. We hauled 429.36 tons to the landfill. We're a little bit under what we did last year for this month. And we're about the same with everybody else. We did 570.39 tons of garbage in the whole county. So that was about, where am I at? I'm trying to find my monthly. I didn't put it in there. About 570. Anyway, so we're a little bit over. And then last month, or I didn't change that right. I think it's supposed to be 500. That's my fault. Anyways, the budget looks good. I did have to buy new tires for the loader. They're kind of pricey, they're about $3,000.
They last about 5 years.
They usually last longer now, but I've been limping them for the last 3 years.
Oh, good. That's
Yeah.
what I like to hear.
27 patches in one tire.
You can see the steel belts popping out of it.
Yeah, they're melting because we have the fire. One of them had a tube. We couldn't patch it no more. It had so many holes in it. So.
Well, I'm not worried about your budget then.
Can I have that tube when you get new tires?
Okay. It'd be a big tube.
That's what I like. Good on the snow.
Yeah, it'd be fun to. So the budget looks good. It's about 20, it looks like about 18% on the budget. I didn't have a building update from the shop, but then they just they gave it to me yesterday for July, and it's $6,427. We did had to also, replace one of the hydraulics on the gray truck. The cylinder was going bad. That cost about $2,000. Well, that's about all I got. Other than that, it's just been kind of the trucks, little stuff like AC, windshields. I took a rock in my windshield the other day. I thought the rock was gonna come.
Over the road?
No. Interstate.
Interstate,
Yeah, I thought the rock was gonna come right straight through the windshield. It actually indented in.
Really?
Your
Your personal vehicle or
No.
in the truck?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
I see some of them coming at me from, you know,
Oh, yeah.
100 feet away almost. Here it comes.
I was maybe jump back a little bit.
Does the Chance said anything about raising rates, or are you still holding him off?
Still hold them off. We talked about it just here recently. So he understands, so he's kind of holding back.
I tell him we'll move.
Yeah, and then we'll go out into the valley. And then we're in the process. I think we need to renew permits. We've been working on that. It will range between all the mailings and everything, somewhere between probably closer to $3,000 to renew all the permits.
It's been a while since we've done that.
Well, I noticed that, because having to go in and fix everything, he only issued out about, before me, only about 4,500 permits, and we're at 9,000. We had to reissue over 3,000 permits to people because they threw them in the garbage.
Cause they what? Threw both of the garbage. How much did you say those new permits were gonna cost us?
About $1, with shipping and everything, like $3 a piece.
3?
And how many permits?
They only cost $1 and we got $2 to get them here?
Well, no, it's a little more than $1.
Oh.
It's about $3 for the whole shipping and everything.
It's kind of
And
high.
well, Helena does them every year. Renew permits. Some other counties, I'm gonna do them every 3 years. Right now, I try to do it every 3 years.
How many permits do we send out?
It looked like I haven't gotten all the way through it yet, but I'm thinking about 4,500.
4,500.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be a pretty big bill then, 3 times 4,500, 12 or 13, 14,000 bucks.
Well, she quoted me a lot less than that.
4,500 permits at $3 a piece.
She must have quoted, I must be off on my number because she quoted me a lot less than that.
Okay, that's good.
She quoted me right around $3,000 for all the permits.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's good.
I was figuring 3,000 with the mailing and everything else that goes out.
Can I get a
I was
QR?
paying $3 a permit for all when I was buying 500 at a time.
Can we get a QR code put on it that links to our website?
Probably could. Might cost a little more, but
If it costs anymore, I wouldn't do it, but that'd be kind of cool for anybody.
cause she quoted with her quote and figuring out all the mailing and everything, I was looking at about $4,000. At most, I mean, top. So
Really?
I was figuring $3,000.
Oh,
Yeah, so when I was buying the 500 permits, it was almost costing me what it was per permit. for 500 permits. So I think when I gave her, she gave me the quote for the large amount, it was a lot cheaper.
Is it the same hard plastic permits?
Yeah, but I do a different color. And then I was also thinking about doing, because we have to be a little bit more forcing on the renters getting their permits from their landlord, but if they just can't absolutely do it, we have a different color for a 1-year pass. And maybe make them, pay a little bit more, but we'll see, pay a little bit more for that 1-year pass.
Paper that's real disposable or something.
No, a lot of plastic. We have people that used to bring in, try to make their own.
There'll be copies of it.
Oh, yeah, they make copies of it, or they were pretty good about it. There was some of them that were really, I have one on my desk that almost looks real. Perfect.
Just to throw your garbage in.
Just to throw it in.
You can throw it out on the county road anywhere.
Yeah, you could. Yeah.
Make sure all your mail's out of it first.
Yeah, probably a good idea. Or at least your ex-wife's is in there.
Yeah, that's right.
No, I figured it out because a quote on it wasn't that big a deal. I mean, I was really so shocked at her quote when.
Yeah, that's a great price. Seemed like it was 12 grand.
I think it's because I'm getting a bulk order instead of trying to do 500 at a time. So.
No, that always causes pain at the sites when we do that, but it needs to be done.
I don't think it'll be as painful as it was last time. Cause last time people were mad because they hadn't had to have them for so long. Now that we're doing it, people almost, if they lose them, they're immediately calling us and asking for another one.
Cause you're such a hard ass at the sites.
I am. Had to be. People were just too soft today.
How hard are your staff members? The only reason I ask is like when I was at Jeff City. Individual pulled in without a state plates or out of town plates and there was no tag on the front. Now, is that based on the person probably knowing that person coming in there? Because there was nothing there to be seen.
A lot of times what they'll do is they'll have it, they don't put it on their mirror, they have it in their visor, down in their car door.
Okay, so I'm guessing that attendant probably knew that person. Maybe, I hope.
Well, if it's Kurt, he's pretty good about watching permits.
Okay, yeah, he with us, he did a really good job.
So if they don't have a permit and he doesn't recognize them at all, he doesn't know, the site attendants, like, especially those little smaller places like Clancy.
Right.
Just City, Boulder, you kind of, if you work it all the time, you kind of know the people come in constantly, you get to know them all the time. You know who has permits and who hasn't. Montana City's a little bit different. Because we get a lot of people that want to come in and then they want to use the up for grabs from Helena and stuff like that too. Because we've had to put signs up saying you're not allowed to use the up for, not to come in for the up for grabs if you don't have a permit. 'Cause we get
People from Helena.
What?
we get thrift stores.
You guys are really bad.
We are horrible. Well, you get the thrift stores coming in and then you get the residents come in and then they complain. So when they don't get an option to go through the stuff, I'm like, okay.
We don't have to guarantee people stuff out of the upper
But
grade.
in the upper grabs, it states it's for Jefferson County residents only. Yeah, you guys signed the resolution.
So I suppose we should look out for our residents first. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Garbage.
Yeah, so that's about all I got, guys. Oh, and I was gonna go.
Stuff to drop off.
I got everything lined up. I was gonna go animal hunting. I was gonna take Friday off. We're off Monday and then Tuesday, Wednesday, I'll be back Thursday. It's okay with you guys. No, okay.
Probably can't let you go Friday. And probably not on Tuesday.
Probably not on Tuesday.
Monday's okay.
So you're taking
Saturday.
Friday off?
Saturday.
Friday, Tuesday and Wednesday off.
Oh, Friday, Tuesday, Wednesday?
Yeah.
Where are you going?
I'm over by Rygate and Dead Man's Lake. I'll stay there.
Yeah, I've never hunted in that area.
Yeah, it's over by Harleton.
A lot of prairie goats. So.
A lot of last meetings, yep. Got some, I've already called and got a little private land hooked up.
Your truck driver all mended up?
We'll drive across those strips, drive the length of the strips now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's, trying to think of his name.
Yeah, Troy.
Troy, yeah.
Yeah, he's all good to go.
Good to go. Okay.
Yeah, and Gary's doing good. I still have Lean on as my backup if I need to. Site attendants are doing good. There's two backups right now. Getting around it for vacation. A lot of people want them off in November.
Yeah, I mean, it's hunting season.
Yeah, only one of them months.
I don't know what else you're doing.
Yeah, the expensive meat season comes again, then.
Yes, it is. Refrigerators come in like, just like crazy during hunting season. I don't know what it is. It's one of the biggest times to get fridges.
Huh,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
It
You
is.
gotta fill them up, you gotta buy it to fill up the meat in.
Or they went bad during the year, then they get an animal and they bring in their old one. So,
Yeah, that's kind of interesting.
yeah.
The garage from here.
Yeah. Yeah, that one.
I don't know if I asked you before or not, but when you're gone, who's in charge? Is it Shaley or somebody?
It's usually Troy.
Oh, it's Troy, okay, I got.
But if Troy's not available, I will be available the whole time I'm gone by phone. So if worst case scenario, I would jump in my truck and drive back.
Mindy, but it's crazy.
Right.
I would.
You.
I have. Oh, I went a bow hunting before and had my phone go off, but then just in a weird location where I got a text message and all of a sudden I'm like, okay.
Hunting was bad that day, that's right.
It must have been in there. You would have ignored his phone.
Oh, I don't
Another
remember my
reason,
phone.
that was another reason.
No, I don't ignore my phone. I'm pretty good about that. Yeah.
I know you are.
So if there's a problem, if I can't take care of it over the phone, then I'll always do that. Usually I can take care of it over.
You could always count on somebody like Roy to take care of it for you.
All right, guys.
There's nobody in line, so I can say.